Welcome to Gemara Academy. In this class, we will learn Tesis Dibra Maschel, Loi Nitzrucha Ela Lekeren Zavis. Let's begin. Loi Nitzrucha Ela Lekeren Zavis. In the Gemara, we asked, what does the Brisa mean when it counts the cases of a carmelist? What does it mean when it says Aval Yom, but an ocean, Ubika, an area of fields, Vestavanis, and the bench area in front of stores, Veha Carmelist, and the carmelist? All these are cases of a carmelist. What does it mean when it says Veha Carmelist? All the cases are carmelists. And Rabbi Yochanan answered that when it says Var Carmelist, it's just referring to another case of a carmelist, which is a Keren Zavis, a Smuchel Rishus Harabim, a corner that's right off the Rishus Harabim, and being that it's off the Rishus Harabim, it's not comfortable for the Rabbim to use it, therefore it's not a Rishus Harabim, rather it's a carmelist. So when it says Var Carmelist, it's just referring to this case of a carmelist. So Taisus here is going to explain why Rabbi Yochanan chose to say it's referring to a Keren Zavis, a Smuchel Rishus Harabim, and not a different case of a carmelist, which is more common. So let's see Tosfos inside. He didn't want to say that we need the word Va'karmelis for the case of Tzid Rishus Harabim. Tzid Rishus Harabim, like we learned previously, is the area that was left between the Rishus Harabim and people's homes. They left an area in between in order to protect their homes. And that area, according to the Rabbanon, is a Carmelist. So Tosfos says that Rabbi Yochanan did not want to say that when it says about Carmelist, it's referring to this Tzid Rishus Harabim, and he gives two different possible explanations for why he wouldn't want to say this, and both explanations are really tied into one another. So let's see it inside. Mishum de la Rabbi Eliezer Rishus Harabim dam, because according to Rabbi Eliezer, the Tzid Rishus Harabim is not a Carmelist, rather it's a Rishus Harabim. Va'afilu isbir chufufei, and even if there are barriers separating this area from the Rishus Harabim, Rabbi Eliezer still holds it's a Rishus Harabim, and therefore he didn't want to say that the word Va'karmelis is referring to a Tzid Rishus Harabim, because then it wouldn't fit with all opinions. It would only fit with the Rabbanon who say that the Tzid Rishus Harabim is a Carmelist, but it wouldn't fit with Rabbi Eliezer who says that it's a Rishus Harabim. Or maybe Shema, or Shema maybe Mesafkale. Rabbi Yochanan had a doubt. Rabbi Eliezer imlav, whether Rabbi Eliezer agrees to them or not. There's an argument between two Amiroim. What does Rabbi Eliezer hold by the Tzid Rishus Harabim when there are barriers? So we mentioned previously that even then he holds that it's a Rishus Harabim. However, it's really an argument whether then he still says it's a Rishus Harabim, or then he agrees that since there are barriers separating it from the Rishus Harabim, then it's a Carmelist. So either Rabbi Yochanan, we're going to go through the two answers. The first answer was that either Rabbi Yochanan did not want to say it's referring to Tzid Rishus Harabim, because in that case, Rabbi Eliezer will hold that it's a Rishus Harabim and not a Carmelist. It'll always be a Rishus Harabim, whether there are barriers separating it from the Rishus Harabim or not. So therefore it wouldn't fit with Rabbi Eliezer, or Rabbi Yochanan wasn't sure what Rabbi Eliezer held in that case. Does Rabbi Eliezer hold that even in that case it's still a Rishus Harabim, even though there are barriers? Or maybe then Rabbi Eliezer agrees that it becomes a Carmelist. And since he wasn't sure Rabbi Eliezer holds, he didn't want to say that it's referring to that case. So to summarize what Tosfos is basically pointing out is that he didn't want to say that it's referring to a Tzid Rishus Harabim, because either then it most certainly would not fit with Rabbi Eliezer, or he wasn't sure if it would fit with Rabbi Eliezer, and therefore he chose instead to say that Var Carmelis is referring to a Keren Zavis, a Smuchel Rishus Harabim, because in that case everybody agrees that it's a Carmelist, and this way the Brisa fits with all opinions without any exception.